mal aufhören, heiser zu sein? Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Amy could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt... Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix, right? Wer sagt das denn? Oh, was machst du denn hier? Miss von Karma? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation. Looking down on me even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, I won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. Okay.
Could we reconvene, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can we prove Miss Eenie Meenie had a motive?
Yes, I believe I can, even though I still have no idea. Eenie Meenie and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Dann lesen wir das vielleicht nochmal eben. May 24, late last night, two women's car crashed into a highway center divide, and one of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died at the side. Ongoing investigation has revealed that the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel. Miss Eenie Meenie holds interview about crash. I was like totally tired and I dropped off to sleep. Then there was this crash and like I woke up in a huge sea of flames. I was like still half asleep, but I opened the right door and like got out. I don't like remember anything else. Moment mal. Oh, hoffentlich habt ihr das nicht bemerkt. Oh. Doctor lurking in the shadows. If Miss Eenie Meenie is to be believed, the one driving the car was her sister, Mimi Meenie. Mimi Meenie was the nurse at Gray's surgical clinic where 14 patients were accidentally overdosed to their death. Is this then just mere coincidence? Oh, was mir gerade aufgefallen ist. Auch wenn mir das immer noch nicht zum Motiv sagt, aber... Vielleicht doch? Miss Meenie, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought, like, you wanted to, like, ask about my, like, motive. I, like, don't see the point in, like, bringing up the past.
Miss Meenie, if you please.
Okay, like, I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... That was like last year in May. Like something really bad had happened at like my sister's clinic around then. And like the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was like totally pooped too, so I like fell asleep in the passenger seat. I like woke up because of the jolt and like there was a sea of flames around me. I like opened the door and like got away.
I think I've heard of this incident.
It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year.
Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister.
Those were merely rumors, totally baseless gossip.
Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
Right now it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Mrs. Meenie's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. That was like last year in May. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then? Yeah, like that was in May too. Like, the thing with all the patients dying was like May the 2nd, and like our accident was like on the 24th. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sis was like totally tired, so that's why, duh. Like something really bad had happened at like my sister's clinic like that. That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Which we just said. Yeah? What was the cause of the mistake? Like, I heard it was caused the medicines, like, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Mimi Meanie? Like, no way, Dr. Gray, like, wanted to blame it on my sis? That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi Meanie's fault. Which means, as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi Meanie is the one who made the mistake. But, like, it really wasn't my sis. And, like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. She was totally tired, you mean exhausted. Like, she had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated, like, every day. It was, like, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder then that the car accident happened, huh? So then why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her.
True.
Oh, but like, I don't like have a driver's license. Moment mal, hatten wir nicht. Inis photo for her driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Meanie.
Miss Meanie, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, anyway. I was like totally pooped too, so I like fell asleep in the passenger seat. And then woke up because wo ist denn jetzt das Neue? I like didn't have my license, so like I couldn't take over driving for her. Jetzt bin ich gespannt. Miss Meanie, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Meanie?
That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What? Are you talking about that perverted fake clinic doctor? Yes, that perverted fake clinic doctor. And how did you know he was No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November? What? November? The accident happened last May. It's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix, right? What in the...
That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Meanie did not have a driver's license.
Cry, and my whip will accommodate. Thanks, I guess.
Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers.
I'm, like, glad you get it, but, like, even if I had my license, I, like, don't think my sis would have, like, let me drive. Don't just stand there to yourself. Not you too, Miss Mia. With the whip, and the bait, and the owl. Why did it, peitscht, ja. Miss Meanie, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because...
I think this situation calls for more detailed testimony. Miss Meanie, if you please.
Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. Nah. I wouldn't be allowed. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She, like, had just gotten this really shiny, bright red sports car. She, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too.
I see. A bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness.
I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but I'll give it my best. I was like really close to getting my license, okay? So what do you mean by really close? Like, I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they're called. Permit. Wow, the big name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is. Well, this lawyer never had a permit. Ignorance is to be whipped. Seit wann? Das ist keine Allgemeinwissen. What is with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So, like, may I continue? My sis was like this totally big fan of cars and I really valued them. She valued cars. How much would you say she valued her car? Well, like, she'd flip out at, like, a drop of rain. I'm just saying, but, like, how would you... Wie dumm, ich meine... Kannst doch nicht verhindern, dass ein Auto auch mal nass wird. And, like, she would notice if someone, like, touched the car with dirty hands. Ich wollte auch gerade sagen, in that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage ever? Why did you take such special care of the car? How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car. New car. Like, you wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I would think that cars getting dirty is just another fact of life, but what do I know? I guess people who really love cars think otherwise. Phoenix, try asking something of more significance, alright?
Well, Miss Meanie, what kind of car was it?
She, like, had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. It was a new car. Yeah, she had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK.
The UK? Were those her
boyfriend's initials? And it was really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess a love of cars would be the obvious next topic. I really don't know anything about cars, but I have a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor.
Yes?
Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony.
You mean the part about it being a special import car?
Yes.
Oh, well, if you like cars that much, then...
That's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Oh, I do.
Miss Meanie, would you please fix your testimony?
Wenn es jetzt wirklich das ist, frage ich mich, ob jetzt gerade jemand auch weiß, worauf ich hinaus will. Dann kann ich nämlich jetzt mal zeigen, was mir vorhin aufgefallen war beim Lesen. Miss Eenie Meenie holds interview. Then there was this crash and I woke up in a huge sea of flames. I was still half asleep, but I opened the right door. The right door. Wo haben Autos aus England und Japan das Steuer? Auf der rechten Seite, nicht auf der linken. Wenn man also die rechte Tür öffnet, um rauszukommen, war man der Fahrer. Miss Meanie, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. You had said this in it. Ich bin gerade sogar ein bisschen überrascht, dass ich das so schnell bemerkt habe. Ich glaube fast, dass ich, also ich erinnere mich wirklich nicht mehr so gut, aber ich bin mir ziemlich sicher, dass ich an der Stelle beim ersten Mal, dass ich das Spiel gespielt habe, ganz schön lange festgehangen habe, weil da muss man schon echt gut hingucken, um da drauf zu kommen. But I opened the right door and got out. That is correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger's seat, the left or the right?
Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side.
That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car.
Opposite?
The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger seat side would be the left side.
Ah, what do you mean by this?
Miss Meany, you said that you had escaped using the right side of the door. Right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat.
Order in the court, order.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is blubbering nonsense again. Eni said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi. That is what Eni said, yes, but that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eni or Mimi, who was really driving that night? The answer is the one person who had a driver's license, Mimi. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive.
But you just said the witness, Miss Eni, was the one in the driver's seat.
Which leads us to the next question.
The next question?
Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? Oh shit.
What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is...
I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's really name is... Mimi. That is your real name.
Objection!
All the foolish dribble. Then how do you explain her appearance?
This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, das wurde nämlich ausdrücklich erwähnt, the surgeons used a picture.
Facial reconstruction surgery?
This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister.
But Mimi, she died in the car accident.
That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case.
Then the body they found at the crash site.
That was the body of the real Eni Meeny. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi? That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Eni Meeny. Her sister Mimi then stole her face and was reborn as Eni. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Meeny from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray.
What do you mean? What is the meaning of this nonsense?
Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Haha, genau. Natürlich. Klar, Dr. Gray wollte ja Maya benutzen, um Mimi zu channeln. Aber das hätte ja gar... Das Ergebnis wäre gewesen, dass Maya sagt, da ist keine tote Mimi. Mimi scheint noch zu leben. Und das durfte ja nicht rauskommen. Mann, ist das cool. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Meeny. However, that would not have been possible, because Mimi Meeny was still in fact alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening at all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed.
Well, Miss von Karma.
Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? Oh. That's right. I admit it. My real name is Meanie. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close.
But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself to become your own sister?
I think I understand why. Mimi Meanie wanted her old self to disappear because of this. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Meanie. That's right. The person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Meanie had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 40 patients dying in that incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident, her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister. Das ist jetzt schon irgendwie ein bisschen traurig. Deprimierend.
Unbelievable. Plan beyond my wildest imagination.
A jerk. Only he hadn't thought of the channeling mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo?
Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult. I hate it. I hate it all.
I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as... Did Miss Meanie choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear.
The innocence of the defendant Maya Fay. Tja, das hast du jetzt davon, wa?
This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Franziska von Karma.
I'm going to rub it in, why don't you? I am going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Hello. And one more for good measure. Game over. Oh, scheiße, Phoenix ist tot. Phoenix, hang in there, Phoenix. This card is a fraud. A sham. Wenn die so weitermacht, wird sie gleich noch angeklagt.
No then. Looks like it will be some time.
Looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness.
So I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict.
Phoenix ist tatsächlich nicht da.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Congratulations, Maya. Sis. Ich wollte gerade sagen. Und ihr hängen immer noch die Hupen fast raus. Warum muss das eigentlich sein? Also, ich bin ja jetzt überhaupt nicht so ein Fan von diesen gigantischen Anime-Kuhglocken. Bin ich ein bisschen übertrieben. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing?
Sis. I didn't kill anyone, did I?
No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream.
You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent.
Familiar scent? I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. Oh, ein schöner Moment. Aber ich finde immer noch, sie sollte richtig Klamotten zuziehen. Oh, mein Kopf. Und alles andere. Überall habe ich aufgerissene Hautstellen von den ganzen Peitschenschlägen, aber
There's still one thing I don't quite get.
what's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi had planned to open the door to the chamber herself, and then you and Lana would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya. Thanks. Oh, das Lied ist toll. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know. How about a third time's the charm? But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey Nick, tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was, ich meine, ich weiß ja, aber wie kann ich das denn jetzt? Ah, Pearl. Pearly? 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Kurain Village. Born in Anführungsstrichen, weil die jetzige Meisterin ja halt nicht tot, sondern verschwunden ist und in 4 Jahren vom heutigen Tage an wird sie dann offiziell für tot erklärt. Wurde ja letztes Mal gesagt, ab einem bestimmten Zeitpunkt, wenn jemand für so und so lange verschwunden ist, wird die Person in Kurain dann einfach als tot angesehen. And that person will be you, Maya. And? But if you weren't there, in other words, if you were in prison or executed, then the main family's bloodline would disappear, and what would happen then? The branch family, my aunt. No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearl's. Everything was done for her sake. It was also that Pearl would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying... I thought so. Date and time unknown. Detention center. Solitary confinement. Cell 13. My precious Pearl. You are the only one suitable to be the master of Kurain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that warp-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl, that Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Okay, ist ja gar nicht gruselig. Na gut. Haben wir das ja heute noch durchbekommen und haben sogar noch eine halbe Stunde, um mit dem nächsten Fall anzufangen.